Listen as your day unfolds, challenge what the future holds. Try and keep your head up to the sky. Lovers, they may cause you tears. Go ahead and release your fears. Stand up and be counted, don't be ashamed to cry. You gotta be bad, you gotta be bold, you gotta be wiser. You gotta be hard, you gotta be tough, you gotta be stronger. You gotta be cool, you gotta be calm, you gotta stay together. All I know, will save the day.
It's Elise from E's Dog World. Good evening, everyone. Thank you for joining me tonight for day 9. Can you believe it? Day 9 of my 100-day journal journey challenge, where I'm vlogging every single day for the next 91 days. After today will be 91 days remaining of this 100-day challenge, and it's been going amazing so far. So here's day 9. If you're new here, welcome. If you're not new here, if you're reoccurring, welcome back. And let's go ahead and just get right into this video. So as you can see, I have shown up tonight for you guys, bare and as is. And I'm not gonna lie to you, I'm not feeling the best right now. I had a very long last couple of weeks, and it's catching up to me now. And you know when your body's like, look, we're gonna make you sit down if you don't go sit your happy self down. So that's how I feel. And disclaimer, I am a mommy, so I don't get to get sick. That's just how it works for us. So when I start feeling like I'm not doing too well, I will immediately start taking vitamins. In this case, I feel like a little bit of a stuffy nose, headache, tired, but I'm just tired in general. But I knew that the beginning of this month was going to be very jam-packed, and the end of this month is also very jam-packed. But this evening, I just got to come home and go straight to sleep. So I'm actually just waking up. I'm about an hour into just waking up from my nap, which did me wonders. And I knew I was going to take a nap when I got home. So I woke up all like, what's going on in the house? You know, clean up. That's how I am. I wake up, what? All this mess, get up, clean up, turn off all the lights. Like, yeah. So I have some tea steeping for myself. And I just want to take a moment to just bask in that, okay? I got one of those little tea press things. So I have like a bunch of different little kinds of tea leaves that I keep collecting, whether I order them or, you know, Georgia be having these pop-up markets and stuff, and everyone's like a natural whatever. So sometimes I'll find things that I like. I just sprinkled a bunch of stuff in there. So even a little bit of the one that makes you a little bit sleepy. So while that is steeping, I will do this vlog because I do not want to miss a day. So as I was editing for my last vlog, and I just uploaded it. By the way, it's been so fun making those little thumbnails. And I feel like that's what a part of this journal journey challenge is. Well, it's really a 100-day vlog challenge. I'm using it as a journal entry, which I guess is the same thing. But that's been really one of the fun things, is making those thumbnails. I just use Canva, and there's literally thousands. I only need 100. So out of those thousands, I am just going to find the cutest 100 ones and just paste that really amazing photo shoot that I took with the purple dress, because I know that it is eventually going to find the right people. And when it does, I want them to have a beautiful thumbnail that they could be like, who is this? Click. So all this is intentional. So that's been fun, but I didn't really know what I was going to get on here and say. I just knew that I was going to get on. I also didn't know if I was going to do it podcast style, if I was going to be on video, and I feel like I just need to be on video tonight. So even though I'm not really feeling the best, or I did not, have the consideration to fix myself before getting on, I believe that you guys love me just the way that I am. as is. So I just didn't want to make any excuses, and I got on. So yeah, that's a mouthful. Just trying to give y'all, literally the tea of my day today. So as I was making my thumbnail, I'm like, all right, since you just woke up, give yourself a minute to like readjust yourself, and you can do your vlog, but just kind of go through the events of today, and so that way when you get on, you have some sort of direction. So as I was doing that, that's exactly what happened. So here it goes. I get home. Besides that, well, before that, like I said, it's been a busy month. I'm tired, but in all good things, like in a good way tired. Like I already knew that I was going to be tired this month because of all the things that I have to do. This month is a very busy month, and I have family coming in next month, and they always come to my house, so I need to like prepare. I'm a host, which I love. It was my bright idea, so I'm excited for that, but it's like my mind is like, okay, prepare, and I'm trying to get my house together, and I'm doing spring cleaning, which I'm going to do a video about that, because either way, I always spring clean. I clean every season, so whether it's spring, summer, fall, winter, I will just start throwing stuff away. I've been doing that ever since I moved up here. Actually, no. I think I've always been a person that I will just do a big dump run. But especially when I moved here, because I've moved so much since I've moved here that my mind is always ready at any moment. Okay. For my next adventure. So it's like, I don't like having a lot of stuff that I'm like, oh my God, I gotta pack. Like my whole house can be packed in a day. And I do that purposely. So I'm spring cleaning, fixing my closet and my wardrobe, because I got to interchange from the summer clothes to the winter clothes. And I've been buying some cute little items. And I've been getting some candles and stuff. And I'm trying to like think of the meals that I want to prepare for my family when they come. Because you guys know I don't like going grocery shopping, but I'm going to do it for them when they get here. So yeah, my whole month has just been kind of like very packed. So I'm like, what am I going to talk about? And then I get home, right? And I eat a pizza that I have purchased for myself. A spinach, cheese, and mushroom on Alfredo sauce, because I do not like red sauce on my pizza. I can't handle it. So I love the white sauce and garlic crust. I bought myself one because I wanted something that was going to knock me out. I needed dough specifically. I know it's not the healthiest choice, but it was my treat for this Friday. I ate it and I literally passed out. And I woke up and just army crawled myself to my bed. And then I slept. But before all that happened, I got a phone call. And I answered it. I said, hello. And then, I'm not going to get into detail, but it was just like, the phone call went like, hey, if you could do anything in your life, because I know you like what you're doing now as far as like, what you're doing. And I'm like, what? What do you mean like work? In my mind, I'm like, what do you mean like work? But they didn't, but I'm not saying anything because remember, I don't feel good. Like I'm in the middle of like about to fall asleep. I don't feel well. So I'm like, what does he mean like work? If you could do anything, other than what you're doing now, even though like you're so good at what you do now and you love what you do. I was like, just get to the point. Proceeds to say, it's like, what? I don't want to get into detail. This is personal stuff, but it was like, that time has not come yet. Why are you bringing this up? When that time, and when and if any of that takes place, trust me, you'll be the first person who I call, okay? Like, but, like, no. Okay, so this is me having a conversation and feeling at any moment, because as they're coming and calling my line with, I don't know what started or why they called me. And this person is important to me. The person who they're referencing is also important to me. So, and I'm important to me. This is this important people. So this is not just like friends and stuff. So, or like people who I don't care about. What happens when anything with people who I care about, whether I'm talking to somebody who I care about or they're talking about someone who I care about, I care. And I don't care about much things. And it's a problem when I care. It is an issue when I care. Because when I care, that equals emotions. When I care, that means it affects me. So at any moment, if you say the wrong thing, and I'm going to pause for a second, because I have never, this has nothing to do with the phone call, but I did want to say this actually in the beginning of this vlog. I was like, I'm going to start off this vlog like this. Not that I have attitude or anything right now. I am actually in an amazing mood. But I have never claimed to know it all. I specifically called it my journal journey, even since 2016, because I am literally actively learning these things. These are my realizations as I grow. And some days I do amazing at them, and some days I do not. But there are things that I document and I add to my arsenal of things that make up this person who deals with everyday life, because I have to be here on this earth with all of you guys. So I'm making the best of it. So I immediately, okay, now let's go back to the phone call. At any moment, things are being said that I can literally sit up. You know what happens when you're laying down and then he's like, that's it. And you sit up. That moment was about to happen. So I kind of raise up a little bit and then I say a couple lines, but because I felt so already like, and I just was like, so I didn't have the strength to rebuttal. Not because I didn't want to, but because I didn't have the strength to. There's a difference. So anyways, because I didn't have the strength to, I let them finish talking, and that's when I proceeded to say, look, that has not came up yet, and the few times that it's came up, it's not something that is a right now thing. But when it is, trust me, you'll more than likely be the first person who I call. Okay? And I guess they just really felt like they just were beating a dead horse here. So they're like, okay, well, I will just talk to you later. I'm like, okay, bye. And I fall asleep. So as I wake up hours later, doing this thumbnail, hours later, going through memory lane of today, hours later, to figure out what I'm going to talk about for you guys, that comes up. So it took all that to get to this one point that I want to share with you guys tonight. And again, to somebody who needs to hear this, it could be advice. And to another person, it could just be like, I understand. And to another person, it'd be like, who does she think she is? Which I haven't ran into anybody who has ever claimed of like, who do I think I am? And I think it's just because I pride on being just a neutralist and just like, I don't want to be whatever. Sorry, I'm just going around the world in 80 days. Hopefully you're staying with me. But the point is, what if you handled every situation like that? You had to be tired. You had to be so exhausted at the brink of passing out on your couch. Okay? Then getting a phone call. So you're already like half asleep. You have 40% of battery in your mind to have a conversation with somebody, which is not enough to have a conversation. For me to have a decent conversation, I have to have at least 85% battery. If I don't have at least 85, which is a lot, obviously, to have just like a like in-depth conversation, I need like 85%. I can't, if it's less than 80, if it's 70, I can't give you my all. If it's 60, I can't give you my all. If it's 50, I'm annoyed. Like, so like, I'm at this point like just tired, and I'm just answering because, like I said, this person's important to me. It's not one of those people who I'm gonna like call them back later. They're on the important list. So I was like, you handled that well, girl. Even though it's because you was tired, you had took some cold medicine, so you were kind of like, you really couldn't rebuttal even if you wanted to. But what if you handle all your situations like that for real? Like with the people you care about. You've already gotten it down pat with people who you don't care about. Or people who have tried you. Or people who have rubbed you the wrong way or don't pay your bills, so it doesn't even matter what they say. As long as, you know, you'll mess with my money, it's fine. Like, we're not talking about them. We're talking about people who you actually care about. People who can have the ability to bother you or upset you, or get your feathers up in a bunch. What if you were able to handle all those situations like that? When they come very few and in spurts. When they come like raging, you know, water and fire and all the elements all together. So I'm like, that was cool. I will take a mental note of how I wanted to sit up and begin to rebuttal, and I just didn't. I let that person go until they realized she ain't saying nothing. This is the 7th thing that I've said. And I got a whole list more, but I'm not, by now, Elise would have reacted. By now. And she's not. She's just like, okay, well, I'll call you if you'll be the first person I call if and when that takes place. They don't know that I'm not feeling well. I never once mentioned like, hey, look, I don't feel well right now. I don't have time for this. I just was just so tired that I was just like, so in their mind, they think I'm fine. They think that I'm like, because I answered the phone, so they think I'm fine. So they literally think that that's how I maneuver. So I'm setting the tone as of right now. Yeah, that is how I maneuver. You will never get another reaction out of me again. Don't call me with that foolishness. Don't call me with foolishness, because I don't call nobody with foolishness. Don't think I don't think foolishness. Don't think that my mind doesn't go to foolish places, but I will not act on my foolishness. I will sit here and drive myself stir crazy before I put foolishness onto somebody else. So all I ask is for people not to put foolishness on me or call me with foolishness. Because I don't bring about foolishness to anything that I know I don't have anything to back it up with. I'm not helping the situation. I don't have nothing to contribute. Don't make me keep going. That's the only reason why I have the mutual respect for people to not bring foolishness to their table or to their life. You know? Because all this is just empty words, and like the quote says, I don't know what the quote is exactly, but like opinions are free. And that was like a perfect example of opinions being free and how to respond. Because you need to know opinions are free and people are going to use them because they're free. But the second they cost, I think there'll be a scarcity of all these opinions. But until then, I will now handle it like that. Because of course, there have been times where I have handled it like that. But I can't count them. I can't recollect them. They're rare when I care. Keyword. So how to deal with situations, people, places, and things that you care and they obstruct. Take 2 seconds. And part of it, why it was like kind of bothering, is because a lot of it, there was some truth to some parts of the conversation, the phone call, the random off the wall phone call. But it was masked. It was not masked, but it was like so doused in like riddles and doused in like fill in the blank and doused in like at any moment you can chime in, like, you know. And my brain just wasn't there, and it was just like, even though this is an important matter and there is some truth to this, why are you calling me with this at this random hour on this random day when it's my like situation at the end of the day with people who I love and who I care about, like. And you love and you care about too, because we're all, it's family. It's family matters, okay? I said it. But why are you calling me with this, like, right now? What's going on? Like, and if you are, be straight up. Like, be straight up. I can't do the riddles. But again, they don't know that I wasn't necessarily feeling well. But the point is that it had to happen that way, because I will take that moment with me moving forward. From today all the way till generations to come, I will teach my grandchildren this. Okay? Like, okay, well, you'll be the first person who I call if so. All right. Okay. Bye-bye. Click. Like, that's exactly how I went. That was not how I would have went if I was at my you know, at my 85%. 100%. No, I would have been like trying to set the record straight in the sense of don't ever feel comfortable to call me with some stuff like that again. But where does that stem from? That stems from control. That stems from letting things affect you that, you know, right now it's just an opinion. That's it. That's all it is. And even though they called, opinions are free, and at any moment of that conversation you could just hang up like you did. And I hung up cordially because this is family, so I respect. I'm not going to just click on you. So I was waiting for that gap to hang up the phone. But I'm really deep into like not hanging up or not ending conversations or anything like on bad notes, because I don't know if y'all looked around, but the world is bad right now and it's crazy, and I ain't trying to have like, you know, we just finish arguing or fighting and then God forbid, you know, I want to have a clean slate with everybody, even if it's not maybe necessarily like the outcome that we wanted. Even if the clean slate equals me, ooh, my son's washing dishes. Yes. On his own accord. Even if it means me just not saying anything at all. If you ain't got nothing nice to say, don't say anything at all. That still equates to a clean slate. So that's it. That's it for tonight. I'm gonna just leave y'all with that. Replay this one. This one is a run it back version. This one's a run it back worthy vlog right here, because it's sad that I had to actually be literally, you know, doozy to respond the way that I should respond no matter how I'm feeling. So again, if you are new here, please send that wave. I didn't get to say that in that vlog yesterday. I wanted to say that in every vlog, but I didn't say it yesterday, but I'll say it today. Send me that little yellow wave hand if you're new here, and if you're reoccurring, send a purple heart, letting me know that you know you're here. There's somebody watching this video that is not showing themselves. Show yourself. Show yourself. Who goes there? Send me that little purple heart, because you're reoccurring at this point. But anyways, I will catch you in the next one, okay? Good night.